Just want to thank the crowd. Had a great crowd out here. We've had our struggles over the last year and a half now, and really appreciate the crowd coming out. We apologize. Way too many penalties. That's a reflection of the head coach. We got to make sure we fix a lot of those things. We tried to give the game away multiple times, but the one thing I can say about this group is they are relentless. They're tough, mentally tough, physically tough, and they are relentless. These guys keep coming back after play after play. And again, we have to fix the penalties, and that starts with me. We got to fix those things. But so proud of how they fought, how they didn't give up, how they believed in each other. And with our schedule, we're going to play a lot of games like this, and we have to learn how to win them. So it'd been nice to come out of here with a 30, 40-point win, but at the end of the day, this team needs to learn how to win close games, and I hope today was a good lesson for them.
Knowing just how last year ended, obviously, as you get the one win out of the way this year, how does that feel for you?
It's awesome. I mean, to be honest, going through that last year, you learn how to just focus on the next thing. So it really doesn't matter the outcomes. We got to focus on the process. We got to come back on Monday and be able to go back to work. And so win, lose, draw, we have to learn how to be a team that focuses on the next task at hand. And we got a 6 a.m. morning meeting on Monday, and we're going to put this game behind us because we have I'm assuming a top 5 South Dakota State team coming next week. So I think just going through last year just taught us to focus on the things that are important, and we got to do a better job of that play after play.
Coach, you had a couple big gain on those trick plays. Tell me a little bit about how much you guys have been practicing those with. How much is it momentum?
Yeah, Coach Walterscheid did a great job dialing those up, picked them perfect spots, got the coverages we wanted. Chris should have scored on that one. No, but yeah, they do a great job. They do a good job of scouting the teams, making sure that we have a couple things to keep them on their heels. And to be honest, that opened up the rest of our offense. And we had those 2 trick plays, but after that, they just were able to run their offense, and everybody on defense was a little bit more hesitant, trying to figure out where the ball was going to go. So I'm really proud of the offensive staff, proud of the offense. They just responded after every score. So they did a great job tonight.
Yeah, so there's a timeout right before that 4th down play in overtime. Everybody's on the sideline. What are you telling the team?
Don't jump off sides. And if we stop them, don't do anything stupid after the play. Other than that, the defense played pretty good. They had, I think, 86 plays, and they had, I think, 300 yards. That's pretty good for a defensive team. But we had 17 penalties. So, yeah, just try not to get another penalty and do what you've been doing all game and stopping the offense.
So knowing the connection that Chris and Atlanta had, I mean, that was
Lawson.
I'm sorry.
Lance Lawson.
Lance Lawson.
Lance will be back hopefully soon.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It was one heck of a game for everybody. With Lance and Chris, the connection there. I mean, what can you say about that in the entire game? I mean, it seemed like whenever you needed something, that connection was right there.
They're probably. I don't know what you guys do. You guys probably should answer that. How's the connection?
I mean, I trust Lance. I know he's going to be open, and I mean, he's made plays for us all year. We've built a great connection through spring and now, and it's carried over into the fall, and I think that's shown quite a bit this fall.
For sure. Just ever since I would say spring ball, me and Chris been, and into the summer we was working all summer, asking me to come throw with him, just working on that connection and. Carried from spring ball to summer and then into fall camp, and then throughout the season, feel really confident with Chris back there. We all feel confident with Chris back there, and you could tell that he trusts me when we need to play. The long touchdown he threw to me, the play before that I actually dropped the ball, and then very next play he has that trust in me to come back. So that just shows everything right there.
Yeah, Coach, back to those penalties you were talking about. I mean, it kind of bogged the game down, slowed it down a lot. How did you guys keep that momentum kind of going? What were you talking about in the huddle?
Just trying to stop the penalties. I think we got off the field 4 times on 3rd down and had a penalty after the play. Everything that you do every single day carries over to a football game, and I don't think we're disciplined enough day to day, and that's something we got to fix. Everything that they do, they got to think about before they do it. And it's carrying over to games, and it's almost costing us football games, and we just can't have it. So we have to clean up a lot of things, and but again, our team might do some dumb stuff, but they fight their butts off, and we got a lot of passionate guys that want to win football games, and so we can teach that stuff where we can't teach some of the things that they have, and I'm proud of them for continuing to respond from that stuff.
Yeah, Chris, how does it feel to make your first touchdown reception?
It was pretty cool. I mean, it was all Lance, threw a good ball. It was hard to catch because I was so open, but I mean, it was weird. I've never caught a touchdown like that before, so I didn't know what to do. Got a penalty, but that's all right. I didn't know what to do, so it was cool though. It was a good experience.
What happened on the celebration there?
Yeah.
I was just there. That's all I was just there. That's innocent.
Someone was trying to take your picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I didn't know, but I guess I was involved, so we'll see. We'll see.
We got a lot of running to do on Monday. So.
Lance and Chris, I mean, I asked Coach this, but I mean, to you guys, I mean, I know Chris, you were hurt last year, but how does it feel to get this win out of the way? I mean, because the last 2 games really felt like offensively you had some momentum, but you just couldn't string it together, and today you finally did. How does this feel just to put this one together and just finally walk away with it? That's a good feeling.
I mean, I've worked pretty hard since last year, since I got hurt, and I've seen these guys do a 180 and start working hard, and it was just great to see, and it's great that it finally paid off. I haven't been around here where that hard work has paid off, and there was a lot of guys this summer that were out on that field doing stuff when no one was watching, and I think that came to show today. In overtime, guys just dug down and kept fighting, and that's something that I don't think you can teach, really.
I feel like we just got a little relief off our chest with the first win of the season. Coach was preaching all week, the whole week, that we're just gonna wear them out, and the game actually went into overtime, and we just wore them out. I feel like, and that just shows the character of this team and the want to win. And like he said, there's a lot of stuff we got to fix, but hopefully we can piggyback off this win and keep them rolling.
I mean, kind of for all you guys, how are you guys looking to keep this momentum going on the offensive side of the ball? And the defense, but both you guys being offensive players, kind of keep this going into a tough South Dakota team.
The biggest thing the last couple of weeks is we killed ourselves. We'd get some penalties when we were moving the ball. And that happened a little bit today, not as much, but I think it's something to build off of. It's good to put on film that when we don't do things like that, what we can do and what this offense can be like. So that's something that I think we can hopefully build off of this next week.
That has a lot to do with preparation. And you keep momentum if you prepare the right way. We prepared great. I thought this week was the best week of practice. And we got a tough week. We got a tough week to prepare for a really good South Dakota team on the road. And so we have to prepare the next 5 days, 6 days before we fly out there.
Yeah, Coach was saying, just kept saying how many great practices can we string together. We started off Monday really good, and then we just kept that momentum all throughout the week, and I feel like that definitely played a big part in our offense and just the team success, and then hopefully we can carry those practices into next week.
Yeah, Lance, you had 13 catches, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'd say you're kind of emerging as the go-to guy for the offense. How does it feel to know that the coaches have that much confidence in you to look to you that often?
It definitely feels great. I've just been working since I got here, and the coaches have always had, I feel like they've always had that trust in me, but now it seems like it's really paying off, and just a great feeling.
Coach, I know you've been using Thomas Stock a little bit more on offense, especially today. What have you seen out of a young kid like that, especially? I mean, the receiving game and rushing game, I mean, he looked pretty good in a couple of those plays you called for him.
Yeah, he's ready. He was one of the top rushers in JC, California. So he's a little bit older. He can take a load. He had a ton of carries, ton of yards, and so we had confidence in him. It's just learning the offense. We go so fast, being able to protect and be able to understand all of our signals is a lot for a new guy. So he's just developing his knowledge of our offense, and so you'll see him more and more. But I have no doubt that he'll be able to hold and be able to carry a lot of carries for us. So yeah, he's emerging. He had a pretty good game today, and so I'm sure you'll see him more often.
I guess with the pass rush was pretty evident for you guys to start the game, and you got a fumble, got an interception, but in the second half, SFA really kind of took that away. It seemed like, what were they doing with the offensive line with the pass rush?
Well, at the beginning of the half, we were playing on their side of the ball, so they're slowing things down. We couldn't get our field position. They did a great job of pinning us deep a couple times, and so when we punted, they're starting on the 40-yard line. So we were in tough spots where we just couldn't pin our ears back. And they got some screens there. They started messing with our D-line. They started going on 2 a lot more, doing screens, and so we just couldn't just tee off on them like we were doing. And so they did a good job of mixing up. But it all starts with field position. We talk about field position so much on our team, and we have to do a better job of winning that battle. And I'm not sure if we won tonight or not, but the feeling of it didn't feel like it.
Yeah, Coach. Defense able to get 4 sacks in this one after struggling early on to create pressure. How does that change the rest of the defensive assignments and impact the rest of the team?
Yeah, I think it has to go a little bit of credit to the secondary. We struggled last week, busted some coverages in that second quarter, and our defensive line didn't have a chance to get going. We haven't had a lead all year, and so it's hard to get sacks when they're just handing the ball off and trying to run the clock out. So getting a lead, again, the offense did a great job of getting us a lead. The DBs held up for long enough for those guys to get there. And it's a team effort. I mean, if you want sacks, if you want negative plays on defense, it all works together. Got to have leads, got to be able to do your assignments in the secondary, and then those big guys up front can keep going. We got a lot of guys that won't quit, and kind of seen that tonight.
And then kind of piggybacking off that, Coach, you guys had some big stops. That 4th down and overtime, obviously the game winner. You had another big stop where it looked like you were going to force a field goal. Obviously, the penalty kind of killed you on that one. I mean, even with the penalty, regardless of that, I mean, how big are those plays kind of moving forward in the season?
They got a confident bunch over there. We struggled on defense immensely. Fisher got those guys riled up, probably a little bit too riled up right now, but they're going to play hard. He's been a great defensive coordinator since he's been here. Really appreciate his help. Defensive staff is really collaborating well. I'm just proud of the staff, proud of the coaches. Everybody's working their butts off just to try to win. And I think we had enough competitive guys in the building to go do something special this year.
And Chris, I know you're kind of easing your way back, but I think today, with some of the flags that I've seen, you kind of got emotional. I mean, you're kind of really shown out. And, I mean, as you kind of ease back into like, I guess, how does your emotion carry you as you kind of take over as that full-time starter now, and you can feel it? Yeah.
Some of those emotions, I mean, I'm trying to work on a little bit. I'm really competitive, so I get a little excited sometimes. But yeah, I wanted to just show some great leadership tonight. And I wanted to show that I trusted the guys. I haven't done a great job of that the first 2 weeks. And even like Lance said, he drops a ball, and there's no doubt in my mind that I'm going right back to him if he's open. So that's something I really wanted to show this week, is that I'm going to put some trust in my guys, and we're going to go make some plays.